Hi, I'm Dr. Haley Perlus, and welcome to today's Mental Toughness Moment. Here is something that we all need to really learn about. A lot of experts, like myself, a lot of us are really focusing on emotional regulation. And it's really important because emotion trumps logic most of the time. And even though you may know your skills, you may know your goals, you may know your objectives, you may logically know what to do, if you don't have your emotions in check, all of that logic can be, wiped away. So when it comes to emotions and performance, and actually I heard this so nicely spoken by legendary coach Saban, we have to play with emotion, not be emotional players. And there's a very big difference. And the way I interpret it is playing with emotion kind of puts us in charge. We get to choose our emotions and we get to choose the ones that are going to help us, give us that extra boost of energy to go out there and do what we know we can do. Being an emotional player is different. That's more being reactive. That's more being kind of in the driver's seat in the passenger seat instead of the driver's seat. That's just letting the emotions get to you instead of you playing with emotion. Let's talk about how we play with emotion. And it's you knowing you. So ask yourself, when I am my best performer, what emotions ignite that? For some, and there's really no right or wrong, you just have to know yourself. So for some people, I need to feel a little bit of fear, frustration, worry, anxiety, anger. I need to, feel that. For other people, it's challenge, passion, excitement, enthusiasm, happiness. And, when it comes to the stress emotions, those are really the stress emotions. And you have the unpleasant emotions of fear, anger, worry, anxiety. And then you have the pleasant emotions of challenge, passion, happy, excitement. And you don't have to only choose one. It can vary by situation. It can be different from the start to the middle to the end of your performance. But really take a moment and think about, how do you want to play with emotion? And with that question is, which emotions do you want to play with? And sometimes you as a person, and sometimes you as a person will vary depending on the situation. You have to do some self-reflection. Go back in time and think about when you were your best. Think about what gives you that energy in a good way and gets you to then focus, be confident, and use all that energy for good, as opposed to maybe bad. So that's how we play with emotion. And then you have to start creating opportunities for you to have those emotions. And maybe it's in music, maybe it's in affirmations, maybe it's in storytelling. Perhaps it's, working with someone to help, and you need them, you can ask them to help you create that for yourself. But you have to know what to ask for. And you can't know what to ask for unless you know what to ask for. So it really takes some time to get to know yourself, get to know the various situations that you're in and the emotions that you want to play with. And then when you get grounded in those emotions, that in and of itself will help you to not be, at a stage where you become emotional because you're in charge already. And we can't always control what happens in the moment. So the second mental toughness tool about not being emotional is learning the ability to let things come and go. And we see this all the time in professional sports. One moment, there's a bad performance, and then you'll see a little bit of a reaction from the athlete, and then immediately they reset, they recover, they don't let their emotions get to them, and they get back in the game. So you have to practice that, and you can practice that while physically performing, while doing your whatever you're doing, or you can use imagery, you can use visualization to go and rehearse when things are starting to become emotional, but then you take a little bit of a reset and recover, And then you get back in to whatever your performance is by you playing with emotion. There's more to it, but for this mental toughness moment, I think it's a good start. Remember, like Coach Saban says, we want to play with emotion. We don't want to be emotional players. And how do we play with emotion? Know what emotions work best for you. Know what ignites you. And again, it may be always the same, or it may depend on the situation. You have to know that for yourself. And then you start figuring out what techniques, what tools, what tactics, who can I ask to help me get into that emotional state so that I can go out there and be my best. And then when it comes to being in the moment and things happening to you, you really want to practice learning how to take a little reset, take a little recovery, putting whatever just happened on mute, and you getting back into your performance, not letting yourself become emotional from what just happened. But instead, you're playing with the emotions you know work. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Leave them in the space provided. Go to my website, opt in, ask me a question. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day.